game time. It's game time. Let's go. Welcome, everyone, to the Western Wisconsin Whiskey Emporium for ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eddie.
I'm Dan.
And we're the Deathless Dogs. Today, we're going to be reviewing various bourbons from Penelope.
For those of you who watch our streams on Facebook, you may remember us opening this bottle of Penelope and really enjoying it. And one of the owners of Penelope, Mike, actually watched that video. Then he messaged me and said he wanted to send us some samples of some other stuff that they've got. So I said, hell yeah, let's do that.
Of course.
So today we're going to be drinking again the Penelope Barrel Strength, which, spoiler alert, we love. And then they sent us two other of their offerings. The first sample they sent is their Private Select. And from what I'm seeing on their website, this is kind of their like cherry-picked barrel strength. It's looking like this would be almost like a store pick kind of thing.
Okay.
It's their like top tier, basically, is what they're saying. Uncut, unfiltered. Really excited to try that after we've had this one and really liked it. But this one, they don't even have on the website. Oloroso Cognac Cask Finish.
The Cognac finish, I think, is kind of the newer trend that distilleries are doing. I think 2 years ago, 2019, 2018, they were doing a lot with rum cask finishing. And I think that's still carrying on. And I think that almost kind of pushed distilleries into exploring more finishing options. And I've had one bourbon that has been aged in cognac barrels, and it kind of had like a birthday batter type cakey taste, if that makes sense. I'm interested in seeing what this blend of Oloroso and cognac casks does to a bourbon that we both have agreed that we like quite a bit.
Yeah, as am I. You can already tell it's real dark compared to this other guy here. So I think there's going to be a lot of flavor in there. They have a rosé cask finish that people really like. This one must be like the next in their like line of branching out. Mike and everyone at Penelope, we can't thank you enough for sending these out to us. They also sent us out a couple branded Glencairns, which we have used already. This was pretty cool to get in the mail. Sent it in this nice box. The Penelope box. And like when you open the flap here,
It's got their slogan.
it's everyone's bourbon.
Everyone's bourbon.
And then it was cool to open it up and find like basically like the coolest version of Sawdust Pile from when we were kids.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, only it's all these lovely packing peanuts. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much. It's super cool of you to send them. Like a little background on the company, Penelope was founded a few years back by two childhood friends. So that kind of speaks to us.
Yeah.
As that's kind of a similar scenario of us. Two childhood friends and their wives. So it's like a 4-person team that put this whole thing together. They source their stuff from MGP. And that's one thing I really appreciate about the company is they are upfront about that. They're not hiding it like some companies source from MGP and they do their best to knock that down. This is like right on their website. If you look at the Our Story page, it's right there. Like, this is what you're getting. You're getting MGP. We're picking our blends. We're finishing it how we like it. Here's who's bottling it for us. It's all right there spelled out. They're not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes, and I appreciate that because I think that's one of the reasons MGP kind of had a bad rap for a little bit, was all these people trying to hide the fact that they were sourcing.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
That being said, we're going to be totally honest about these and what we think of them.
We're not going to let the fact that we had cool booze shipped to us influence our opinion.
Pour up a little bit of the barrel strength.
A little splasheroo. I was saying in the pregame that Dan constructed a Penelope rocket ship here. I don't know if you can tell. So we're going to leave the rocket ship intact. Now, how do we want to drink these?
I don't know proof point on the finished one. It doesn't say on the bottle, and it doesn't say on the website, but I know their rosé cask finish is not barrel strength. It's lower.
Okay.
So I'm guessing this is also lower. So maybe that's what we should start with. Get in on the nose first. I feel like since it's cognac finished, I have to
that's
I gotta
even
do the
fancier, or do you swirl it like that?
Get a little. Let's see if I can.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to talk like this as well.
Or like go fucking the ladies' man.
Oh, yeah.
I've got my Courvoisier. That smells lovely.
It's different. And honestly, much like I was talking about earlier in the review, there is a bit of that birthday cake batter thing going on.
Yeah, I totally agree. Very like rich and caramel kind of thing, but yeah, a sweet, cakey.
We talked about earlier on the live stream and a little bit earlier tonight going into this review how Barrel Strength Penelope has like a very vanilla forward taste and a bit of the smell as well to it. And I think I'm getting that here, but it's mixed in with that like birthday cake batter type of smell.
I don't know if you've had these. Quick Trip sells like little edible cookie dough balls, like they're like in a little tub. There's one that's like funfetti.
Okay.
This is kind of what it smells like.
Quick Trip cookie dough funfetti balls.
Yeah, like almost a cookie dough. Like like you're saying, like a batter, cookie doughy.
I could see like cookie dough too, because there is a bit of like a caramelness or like almost like a ripened tree fruit, and I think maybe it could be a little bit of a grapiness due to the
both the cognac and the sherry. Yeah,
clink 'em and drink 'em. We like those flavors that like kind of hit you in waves as they go.
Yeah.
Even when I'm talking and moving wind out of my mouth, like the flavor changed, I want to say about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, like I have to just go right back in.
Yeah.
Because it's like I thought it was one thing and then it jumped and then it jumped again in the finish.
Even now though, the finish is still happening.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack.
Kind of front middle, getting like buttery kind of notes to it.
It's a warm beverage and it's coating. You
right.
know, it's thick. It's viscous. It occupies your mouth and it has some staying power, some resonance.
Going back to the nose after drinking it has altered it too for me. Much more of that grape coming through.
I want to say like a Concord grape though. Like we're talking like a purple, like a dark grape, not like a light grape.
Yeah, almost like Welch's grape juice. Brandy and cognac are basically the same thing. The only other brandy finished bourbon I've ever had is Blackened, and I'm very happy this does not taste anything like Blackened.
No, not at all.
Blackened was like a glass of raisins. This is like much more of a refined, multi-dimensional kind of flavor. That last sip, I got like a nice bit of corn that came through. Like that one felt more of the bourbon notes coming through.
I'm still getting those bourbon notes, and I think it's very caramel forward, but there is a little bit of that vanilla that we kind of got from the Barrel Strength, just original Penelope that we like so much. And then it also kind of at the tail end kicks in with a little bit of that bitterness of like the vine fruit grapes and the cognac and the wine, a little bit of dryness on the back.
It's not the same flavor, but it's the same type of finish as like Red Breast Lustau. Like it's not the same flavor, but it's hitting you in that same kind of way where there's this lingering kind of fruit that's coming through as I'm talking. I think it's really good. I really enjoy it. It feels like classy. You know what I mean? I feel like I need a velvet smoking jacket and like perhaps a pipe. This feels like you're sitting next to a fireplace.
Okay, so are we going original now?
Yeah, I think we'll just go with the regular Barrel Strength and then the Private Select, because I think those are going to be the AB kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, this is a batch 4. I'm not sure which batch they're up to now, but the label has changed on it.
This one really showcases those vanilla notes that I've been talking about the whole time. A little bit of corn, a little bit of burn, but not really. I mean...
Yeah, 116 proof or so. So you're at about the proof level of like a rare breed or Old Forester 1920. You know, not a super high barrel proof, but a barrel proof nonetheless. You know, that nice barrel proof where it's going to give you a good amount of burn, but it's not going to like hurt you.
There's even a little bit of oakiness that complements the vanilla pretty well. Clink 'em and drink 'em.
You're kind of unpacking what that sweetness was in the cognac one. You're figuring out what part of that sweetness actually came from the bourbon, I think, when you drink this after it. I want to say almost like a honey-ish, not the birthday cakey thing.
Right.
But it's like an element of that flavor.
I think it's kind of corn and vanilla a little bit of caramel. It's got a lot of those classic bourbon notes that a lot of people love so much. And there's also a little bit of sourness that I kind of picked up that the first one we tried didn't have. You'll kind of get it at the back end on the finish.
Yeah, that's that oak. That woody, sour kind of little tinge in there. A good amount of heat. Feels very substantial.
I got like a floral element that comes through.
Oh yeah, when we first opened it, like the first pours out of it were quite floral, I remember. I do catch it's an orangey citrus that comes through.
I could see that.
Not super bitter orange. Like it's like a mixture of zest and fruit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you're not talking peel, you're not talking like
it's like a mid-ground.
Okay.
It's like almost like as if you just chomped into an orange without peeling it. Where you just took a bite, you'd get like that like rind and the orange oil kind of thing.
Okay.
That little bitter tinge, but then you get that sweet, juicy like flesh part as well.
I like it quite a bit. I would recommend it to people who are getting into bourbon. Let's try the Special Reserve Penelope now. Yeah, hey?
It's a Private Select is what it's called.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I meant.
It's not Weller.
This one smells sour. Like, in comparison to all of the other ones, this has a unique smell.
Much more oak on the smell.
Not a lot of burn unless you really stick your nose into it.
It's much less sweet than the batch for Barrel Strength.
I agree. It's earthy.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Now that I've thought about it, I'm kind of getting like some roasted peanuts, actually.
The age in barrel char is 4 to 6 years old in age. Number 4 char on the staves and number 2 on the heads. So there's going to be some char.
Yeah. I like it. I actually do like that smell.
Yeah, this is coming through the most roasty of all.
Yeah.
You know.
Clink 'em and drink 'em. That was the greatest one.
That was a wild clank. That one had a much more liquidy mouthfeel than I expected.
I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit thicker, but yeah, a little bit more liquid. But much like the smell, there is some earthiness and roasted peanutiness, but it also has the sweetness on the end, like on the finish. Mm-hmm. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This kind of is reminiscent of like the things that we like so much about Jim Beam, I feel like.
Yeah, this is getting the closest to like a Booker's-esque profile. That earthy, almost vegetal kind of thing happening.
2 weekends ago, went to Galena and toured Blount Brothers Distilling, and I tried their Nodder bourbon, the 10-year fancy not their bourbon.
Nodder, yeah.
It was MGP, but this tastes a lot like that.
Yeah.
And I mean that as a compliment, but I also mean that the Nodder bourbon is an MGP line. Right. And it's like an upper tier, an upper echelon, sought-after bottle. This reminds me of that. Penelope Private Select is very good. It checks a lot of the boxes that I really like and seek in bourbons.
This is not one I would call a beginner bourbon, though. Like, if you've been drinking bourbon for a little bit and you want to try something a little higher proof, I think Penelope Barrel Strength is a great place to go. If you're pretty new to bourbon, I'm not sure Private Select is the way to go. I think that's going to be one that's a little more challenging because it's not the sweet, like,
right.
So friendly, welcoming thing that this one is. This is the more like, well, here's what the hell else we can do.
Right. I will say, if you are kind of in the beginning stages of getting into bourbon, this one here, like, you can't go wrong. There's so many good flavors to it.
Yeah.
It's very good. I would recommend it. I haven't seen it on the west side of the state. You say it's prevalent on the east side.
Yeah, distribution in Wisconsin right now seems to cut off at like right at the halfway point through the state. We need to change that. We need to get them here because this is one that I would like to always have around.
Yeah.
The barrel strength. I would like to have the rosé cask finish because I hear that that's fantastic. I'd like to try their just regular one, non-barrel strength as well.
Should we just go down the line? Would you buy the Oloroso Cognac finish?
Yes, I would. I feel like this is a great one to share with friends. I can see bringing this out at a party with non-whiskey drinkers and they'd be able to get on board.
It's not bad at all. It's not really what I'd be looking for.
Barrel strength Comes in, like, I think I got mine for, like, in the high 60s. I think MSRP is around $60. 100%. Will buy it again.
I'd buy it again, absolutely.
I mean,
yeah,
obviously. Private Select. You 100% would buy another one.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know the price point on it, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
have no
think the
idea.
price point really matters. If it's anywhere near the ballpark of Booker's.
Whatever it may be, if I saw one, I think I'd have to pick it up.
Because, yeah, I'm down to the nitty-gritty here. And it's like, I want more.
And
and there is no more other than this bottle. And it's like, I don't know if we want to crack that one yet because it's good and I would like to share it with somebody. I like it. I think it's quality. I will search for it. And I would buy it again.
the way I'm looking at this lineup in front of us is like great for beginners, great for intermediate, great for advanced. Like with your friends, sharing it.
Thank you, Mike, for sending these our way.
Yes, thank you.
Each one of these is special in its own way.
Based on like how much I like these three, if I see any of the other ones, I would buy it. They've got a good vision for what they're trying to do. They have a very good taste for what they're doing and what they're blending and putting together here. They understand, I think, what they like, and what they like is, I think, a very accessible, delicious bourbon.
Absolutely.
Fun for the whole family. Have you ever had Penelope? Have you seen it sitting on the store shelves near you? Leave a comment here. If you haven't yet, hit like on the video. That helps us a ton. Gets us, shown to more people. The more people liking our videos, the more YouTube likes us and then decides to show us to other people. So we appreciate that. And also, if you haven't yet, hit subscribe. Those numbers are going up. We just crested 400 the other day, so we're on the rise. We enjoy that. We thank you all for being here and coming along with us for these videos every Wednesday.
From the Western Wisconsin Whiskey Emporium for ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Nuances, that's another thesaurus word. We are on one tonight.
Nuance, we're going to count that.
We're going to count it.
That's not an impressive one.
That's semi-impressive.
Nuance is like a 5th grade spelling word. Nuance.
Are you going to spell it now? Because you said it. You said it like you were in a spelling bee. Nuance.
Nuance. Nuance.
Nuance.